is preparing to live stream the meeting to YouTube. Setting up your meeting for YouTube Live. Done. Redirecting. Preparing to live stream the meeting to YouTube. Oh yeah, we're gonna have this thing where it's delayed. YouTube Live. Okay, so how do we do this? Meeting to YouTube. Oh yeah, we're gonna have this thing where it's delayed. YouTube Live. How do we get past that, Sue? Oh, how do we do this?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have this.
Do we have to be on, like, I feel like we're on two different screens. Do we have to be? Like, do you have to? Now I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Here, I need to put my
Okay, I
audio
can hear
on.
you.
Okay, I can hear you. So
Okay.
it's delayed by 20 seconds. I'm
Okay.
looking at us. I'm going to pull us up. Okay, I see us. So if anybody is logging in right now, if they could just let me know.
Can you hear me?
Here, I need to put my
Okay, I
audio
can hear
on.
you.
Okay, I can hear you. So it's delayed by 20 seconds. Okay, Sue, can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
And
good.
I'm trying to log into Floss Toss over on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's coming up.
I've got it on. I see it. I see us. And I see hello, needles in my hand. Hello, Leslie Stevens. Hello, Julie.
Hello.
Hi, Margaret. Hi, Lonnie. Kia B. Hello. Oh, it takes a minute to kind of understand this.
I have no idea.
So
Um,
I will watch the chat.
okay.
But why don't we just go ahead and get started so we're not wasting time here. So here is what we thought this would look like. Um, what we're going to do is talk about the details of our Scrappy blanket
Crochet.
Cal 2025. Then we'll talk a little bit about the pattern that Sue and I are using and Chelsea is doing, and a bunch of you are already doing, which is
A
super cool.
bunch.
But it doesn't mean you have to do that pattern.
No.
And so we'll talk about our pattern. We'll talk about yarn options, specifically how maybe to stretch your minis, what yarns we might use as an alternative,
Hmm.
that kind of thing. Then we thought we'd talk a little bit about hooks and the hooks we're using, the size, what brands we like, and we'd love to hear your thoughts as well. We'll do blocking. Just I will share how I blocked. But you don't have to block this pattern. If you do it right, I mean, it took me a few times, but once you do the square right, it's nice and square and it should be pretty easy without even blocking.
Yes. I think we should talk about the little bit of a learning curve around it because
Yes.
everyone that I know that has tried it is like, oh, I'm not sure.
Right.
It takes at least one square, one block to get your bearings.
Right.
I would even go so far as say, don't use your good yarn. Use the same weight for
Mhm.
your first block. Do it all one color. Don't like all of that because it truly, it did for me, it did for you, it did for Chelsea. I know Holly talked about it. Um, it it's a thing. It takes a little while to get used to where your needle's going to go and all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So after we talk about all of that, we'll also briefly talk about connecting the squares and borders. We haven't even thought of how we're doing ours yet, but we thought it'd be a good to put that discussion in there. We
Yes.
also wanted to talk about other scrappy projects, blankets that we've done that we think would be good options for this Cal as well. And then we'll do Q&A. So if you have any questions, throw them out on the YouTube. And when we get to that section, we'll go back and try and answer all of the questions. We just
Okay.
thought that would make for a much more enjoyable viewing for someone who's watching this after the fact.
After the fact, which will probably be a lot of people because
Yeah.
a lot of people are at work or busy and can't do it right now.
Looks like we have 33 people on
Oh,
already.
yay, people. Thanks for
That's so
coming.
awesome. 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 So, Phew, that was a lot.
I know. We also want to talk about where to find the whole Ravelry thing you've set up.
Yes. So why don't we just get into the nitty-gritty right now of the Cal?
Yes.
And I'll just say that our hashtag, and I'll show you where all the information is in 1 second, but we've got a hashtag that we're using for Instagram, but we're really running this old school on Ravelry. We talked to many of you, and it seems like everybody we talk to is on Ravelry still. So,
Mhm.
in a minute, I'm going to do a little tutorial of how to navigate Ravelry in our group page. So, hang on tight for that. So the Cal runs now through December 21st. We went with the Winter Solstice, and we decided that any size scrappy crochet blanket will do. Someone
Does not have to be completed.
No, does not have to be completed. Somebody mentioned, I think you said, well, maybe not a doll blanket,
Doll.
but I guarantee you're going to want to do more squares than what a doll blanket would
Yes.
have.
Yes.
Once you do a couple and you get confident in it. So we're going to have prizes. So Sue, do you want to talk about the midway prizes?
Yes.
And then mine.
Midway, you're going to get a bundle of minis to keep you going. I'm going to arbitrarily be picking them from things I have around here, probably. And there will be 8 in there. However, if we pick somebody who's international, because we really don't, we were going to exclude international for that piece, but we really don't want to do that. It's all about, for me, the shipping is so complicated if you don't go through like Shopify. So what we will do is if we pick someone that is an international customer, they will get a $50 gift certificate towards whatever they want in my shop. So that's the midway, which when is midway?
Midway will be determined after this live and we will post it and
Yeah,
everyone will know. When is
probably
that, like
like
Halloween?
October. Yeah, sometime in
Okay.
October.
All right. We also have another Midway prize from Heather of a Finch's Nest.
Oh, so nice,
Thank
Heather.
you,
You're the best.
Heather. So she has one of her fabulous project bags that she is going to create just for our Cal.
Yes, and
And
I'm going
then
to show you guys a bag that I have of hers. I have several, but they're the most lovely bags.
they are.
I love them.
They're so well made. And I love
So
the
well made
fabric she chooses.
and hold quite a bit, I will say. Like
Mm-hmm.
I use it for a lot more than socks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And I love drawstring. I mean, I was a big zipper fan and I made many zipper bags, but there's something about that drawstring. It's just
Mhm.
doesn't get caught. Your yarn doesn't get caught in it.
Yeah,
I love that.
I agree.
Okay, and then the final prize, Sue.
Is a $75 gift certificate, again, to Legacy Fiber Arts to be used however you would like.
So there you have it. So far, those are our prizes. We may have some more dabbled in. You never
We
know.
may throw some in. I may come up with a new something and be like, yeah, let's give one out as a prize.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll just see how we're doing and how many people are involved too.
Hmm.
Okay, so here is the now show and tell time. I went yesterday onto Ravelry. I have not been on Ravelry in so long in terms of like the group pages. I
Mm.
used to have a group page that was, I had a lot of people on my Treehouse Knits group page and I'd run knit-alongs there. And I came across, you could click on all the posts that you've ever posted. And up on the top was my post to Sue
The original.
to the OG, like introducing myself to Sue and saying that I've watched a couple Periscopes now and thought I'd say hi to you and Chelsea. And this was like 9 years ago.
9 years ago, which is crazy because I don't remember our initial connection.
No. And I feel like I've known you longer than
Forever,
9 years.
forever.
So
I know it's so wild.
okay, so let me take you. Would now be an okay time to
I
take
think
you?
it's a perfect time. And
Okay.
I think this is going to be so valuable for so many people.
All right. So I'm going to share with you my computer in front of me. Ooh. And how do I get, let's see, I gotta get to, can you see anything, Sue?
I can see now, I see Google,
Okay.
your Google search.
I'm gonna go to Ravelry.
Got
Oop,
it.
if I can spell it right. I had it all set up, and then in the debacle of trying to log on correctly.
It got you.
Okay, so here is my home page. I have been doing my projects since I went on Ravelry in 2008. Is it possible? I don't know.
It makes me want to start having project pages.
I've always had them. This is the way I journal my making. It's all on here. But
I
anyways,
think it's amazing.
so here's what it looks like. And what you'll need to do is if you do not have a Ravelry account, get one. It's free, super easy. And when you go to the home page, the home navigation section up here, you go under community and we've made a group. So you click on groups and I'm a member of 167 groups. I don't know. I've not talked to any of these groups in years, but
I know,
anyway,
I think I have lots of groups too that I forgot I even had.
a lot of these, I like how grocery girls are at the top.
I know.
Because I still do. They are actually on Ravelry a lot
A
still. They
lot.
post their anyways, I diver. Here we
That's
go. So go under search groups and you're just going to type in floss toss and hit enter. And here we are, floss toss. Click on that. Here is our floss toss group page. So I hope this makes sense so far to you getting here. But
Mhm.
here's our home page. So you can see right here is our Scrappy Blanket Cal 2025. This is the hashtag we will use on Instagram if you want to share on Instagram if you're on there.
Which we
Look
would
at all
love
the
if you
new
did.
kids. We have new kids. We already have 7 members that
Oh, I love
joined in.
it. Thanks, you
Thank you already to
guys.
those of you who have joined in. I created some discussion threads for us already. The most important one right now is this top one that has a little post-it note there. That will always be at the top, and that will always be the landing page for information on our crochet along. So here is here are the details that we talked about. Now until December 21st, we're hosting it, and I did some links here so you guys can go look at our pages if you want. We're using what we're using. Here's a link to our pattern that Sue and Chelsea and I are using. And here's a link to the YouTube channel that the designer of the pattern has she's got a great video on how to make the
Mhm.
square, which I am a video learner, so that was key for me.
I think it's a really good way to answer a lot of questions that you might have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we go back that's all that's there now and you can reply to this, we can chat on here, whatever you want to do. But anyways, if we go back to our discussion board, I've got to tell us about you. Sue and I wanted to do this because we feel like we wanted to make a space for us to get to know you
Mhm.
all, know each other better. So tell us about you. I have I've kicked us off. You can write more than I wrote or less. We don't care. Just tell
Mhm.
us a little bit about yourself. That would
Mhm.
be a lot of fun. All now this post your progress. This is where you'll go to post pictures of your squares, how it's coming along, questions, whatever. And I
Mhm.
think this will end up being where we draw.
Yes.
So the more you post, I think the more better chance you have to win.
Forgot about that. You're right. So you really do have to post here.
Yeah, that would be good. We'll see how that goes. And then I just stuck in this. If you guys have other scrappy crochet blanket pattern ideas that you have that you think would be great, plug them in here by responding to this thread. Now, if we go back to our Floss Toss landing page, I've made a bundle. Here it says bundles. I've made
Mhm.
a bundle already of some blankets that Sue, myself, some other people have mentioned, and I can just keep adding the links here. These are all great blankets for, I think, for scrappy
Love it.
projects. But I can add. So respond to this discussion thread around your ideas, and I will put them into our bundle.
Love it.
Yeah, and I will also be putting, you'll see upcoming events. Here is today's live. You could have just clicked on that and it would have given you the link to get to our live
I love
and
it.
kind of our agenda for the day. So,
Perfect.
um, so there we have it.
Love
So
it.
that's where Sue and I have talked to. We want to do a Zoom or two. So that information will all be here.
Yes. I love it. Thank you so much for doing all of that.
Oh, yeah. So now I'm going to stop the share
Okay,
and come back.
we're back.
Hi. Maybe we should pause for a second for any questions.
Yes.
So let me take a look and say hello to everyone. Everybody was saying it's working, so that's good. I'm glad
Okay. Phew.
I. Uh, Jen says, I agree that first square was a little tricky on my brain, but by the third, she's getting in a groove. Yes, I
Yes.
had to really follow the numbers, and
Yep.
now I don't need to follow the numbers
And
anymore.
even like where your hook falls, there's so much there that you do like go, oh, would I put it there or there? And it will make sense as you keep going.
Right. Exactly. Yep. And Jen, Jen, you and I think a lot alike in some ways here because she said, and now she has her own little tip sheet for how many stitches and how many rows in each section. That is exactly what I did. And now I
Mhm.
don't need it anymore.
Yep.
Hello to everyone else who joined. Jan says, I don't crochet, but I have wanted to learn for a while. I just watched a part of the video. I certainly have a lot of legacy yarn. This would be a great time for you to learn how to crochet because this stitch is such an easy, nice one.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a video to learn.
Yeah, and I never knew, like every time I heard linen stitch, I'm like, what is that? And it's single crochet, chain one, single crochet. And then
Yep.
you always work in the chain one, so it creates a weave.
Yes. Yes. And that's this is the square. I guess we could show it right now and get into the pattern.
I love
Uh,
it so
yeah,
much.
when I was looking for my first Scrappy project, so back up a minute here. I had amazing bundles of Sue's Legacy Fiber Arts minis from like 4 or 5 advents. I had so many, and I wanted to do something special, and I could never come up with something. And this year I was like, I am going to just do it. Just
Hmm.
gonna do it. So I originally found a circles blanket, which is this one right by me, which I feel like I went a little blurry there. I don't know why I'm blurry.
I don't,
No?
I don't,
Okay.
my eyes are always blurry, so.
So I ended up just using a lot of my minis that were in the blues and grease family. And I wanted a square that was solid. I sell in my shop cotton yarn from Lori Holt that I love, but I had all this wool that I really wanted to do a blanket in. And while I love Lori Holt's crochet, I didn't want a holey blanket. I wanted a blanket that covered
Solid.
me. It's cold. I live in Michigan. I don't like
Mhm.
holes in my blankets. So that's why I did this. And then I found this one.
Mhm.
And with Sue's yarn, her dyeing, there's something magical when you hold two
Two
strands
together.
of the fingering together, what it does with the color. It really saturates. It just brings out the colors so
Plus,
beautiful.
it's like, it gives it this very, like, worn flannel look. There's something about it, or those old quilts that we used to have. Like there's something about
You're
the
right,
way
those rag crochet quilts.
raggy. Yeah,
Yes.
very raggy look. I think that's what I'm seeing.
Yes. I, yeah. So I searched, found this log cabin pattern, and then I started to go crazy with it. And that's when I showed Sue, and Sue was like, oh my gosh. And then she got really
Yes.
excited.
Yes, and I think we should talk real quick about the fact that it's a log cabin pattern. This
Yes.
does not read log cabin,
No.
but the construction is log cabin. So you do a center, then you work side, 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 side. Now, our good friend Jen is doing this as a true log cabin by
Mhm.
doing two sides, one color, the other to another. And there's a lot to do with values in the log cabin, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I,
Yes. So,
yeah. Jen, is it okay if I show your picture?
yeah, you should.
I'm sure she would
Says yes.
say it's okay. So let me see if I can find it
Yes,
on
because
here.
I got super confused because I'm like, well, it doesn't look like a log cabin. It looks like three squares. It's the construction that is mostly log cabin, unless you do what Jen is doing, which is fantastic.
She hasn't given me the okay yet. I probably have a 20-second delay. Oh yes, share it. I thought so. I thought I better just check.
I
So
know.
let me do share again. And we're gonna share. Let's
It's going to
see.
be
I
fantastic.
don't know what you're gonna see here,
There you
but
go.
here's what it does with the log cabin.
Mhm.
Is
So
that good
each
for you?
side is a different color. And you could actually also do two sides the same, correct?
You
Like
could, yeah,
I
you
feel
could do
like if you did
whatever you wanted.
two, these two the same, and then a different here and there and there. I'm
I should
sort
back
of,
up. The pattern is
oh,
called the Crochet Log Cabin Square. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's written out so well. So if you are a learner that likes to read patterns, you will be really happy.
mhm,
Like I said, there's a link in here to a video by the designer. If you love video learning, it's on YouTube and it's a great video as well. So that it's called the Crochet Log Cabin Square. She used DK weight
mhm.
when she made it, but we're holding Sue's fingering double. Now Chelsea is doing your DK
DK.
weight. So it'll be
Yes,
really
and
fun to see the difference.
if you watch our latest video on Legacy Fiber Arts, we talk a lot about it because she did the DK. But can we backtrack about the pattern on Ravelry because how you find it, it's not by
Yes.
her, it's by her name, not her.
Little Woollie Makes.
Yeah, it's not Little Willie Makes.
So, yes, it is the Crochet Log Cabin Square by Julie Harrison. If you want to just go into our Floss Toss group page on Ravelry, you
There's a
can
link.
go right, there's a link. You can go right to it
Perfect.
as well. But do let us know if you have a hard time finding it.
Yes. And it's super nice that it's free because then we can openly talk about all the details.
I love it.
I do too.
Exactly. Now, she, like I said, used the DK weight and she made 35 squares for a 5 by 7 blanket. She said she sewed them together using the blanket stitch, but I think she meant mattress stitch because it
Mattress.
looks
Yeah.
like mattress stitch. And then all she did for a border was a single crochet around and then a picot stitch in the final round.
Hmm.
Oh, that's what she did. But I think we can do whatever we want.
Yes. And also at the beginning, I had thought about, and this is a really good idea. I've changed my mind, but it's a very good idea if you have like a more limited amount of minis to work with. You could do every other block with, I keep going to vanilla bean, like just a cream color.
Hmm.
That will help your minis last longer and probably will save you a little money as far, and it will have a checkerboard look
Yes.
versus, which I'm going to end up doing this
Mhm.
because I love it so much.
Yeah, I'm keeping going with this, but I can see people gosh, somebody mentioned to me um boy, who was it that said they were going to make the square all the same vanilla bean or just natural color, the center square and then do the borders? That would be really cool
I
too.
think that was Deidre, maybe.
I think it was Deidre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could do that. You could have all your centers the same color, which would give it a whole different look, right? Your eye would be drawn to those.
Hmm.
So that would be interesting actually.
And just so you know, 3 minis make 3 squares.
Squares. By going, again, Chelsea and I ended up talking about this yesterday. So each mini will make with my gauge, a center, a middle, and an outside edge. So I wish I had one where I used all the three the same so you could see it. So I don't have any. Do you have any like that?
I don't because my technique is to wind up 10 or 12 at a time and just I make a little grab bag and I just
Mhm.
go.
Yes. So, but just so you know that, so say you're like, well, I want to do 35 squares. Well, then you need 35 minis
Yes.
because technically one would make, if you're using fingering weight, not DK. It's not the
Yes.
same for DK because DK is 49 yards versus 90. So
Got
it's
it.
big difference there.
So if you were using, say, a 24 mini skein advent, you know that that would make 24 squares.
Hmm.
Or you could use the advent and buy like a, say, Patton's Croy or something, big box store superwash that kind of is the same weight. I like to keep the weights the same.
Yes, what I would be tempted to do, honestly, is to go to, well, we talked knit picks just because I feel like you would get a full skein. Like I've never been in big box stores where I see like on a skein.
Other than Patton's Croy, I don't, and Patton's Croy has a really nice cream. They have a gray, they have a black.
Yes.
The
Yes.
other place would be Lion Brand, their
Lion Brand.
website. I know I wrote down that I saw Lion Brand. I have not tried it yet. I've tried their chunky weight of, oh,
Same.
what's it called? Woolies. They have a Woolies DK that's an 80/20. But it's
Well,
eight, sorry, it's 80 acrylic, 20% wool.
oh,
But they also have this LB collection. They have a superwash merino. It's 100% wool. And that comes at a good price point for just 100% superwash
yeah.
wool as well. So, yeah.
So I feel like one of the ways I might use that versus doing a like a full square like the checkerboard,
Hmm.
I would take one strand of my mini and one strand of if I picked cream and have it marled.
I know. That's what I thought too.
Hmm.
It could be
And so
super
then this
cool.
becomes so much more.
Well, it would become 10
It would become
instead
10.
of 5.
Yeah, instead of 5 because you're using only half of the amount because the other half of the put two together is
Mhm.
whatever you choose.
I think that would be a super cool idea.
Mhm. I
Super.
know, and I feel like literally you could, if you had, I know a lot of people have bought the Four Seasons. I
Uh,
don't have winter in here, but if you invested in four of these or any, I'm not trying to sell this, but
right.
four packs, it becomes eight
Hmm.
at a much different cost because you're able to get the marling one
Yeah.
at a better cost. Now, obviously, we do have vanilla bean, but it's not the same as a big box or a
Yeah.
Knit Picks
No,
price wise.
exactly.
So yeah, but so there are, I don't want people to be like, oh, I'd love to, but I could never buy all those minis. Like there are ways around it.
Use your scraps too. Don't feel
I
like
was
you
gonna
have to
say that.
use Legacy Fiber Arts. This is about community.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
happen to know a person who supplies me with Legacy Fiber Arts.
I know. Yes. So definitely don't be hindered by that at all. And even like I've even been thinking like I have so much yarn left over from socks that I've made and like that I'm forgetting I have all those scraps too to work
Yes,
with.
right.
So yeah.
Is there anything else about the square itself? Crocheting it?
I don't think so. I started initially with a much smaller hook.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, it was a lot harder. It was harder to see because it was too tight.
Yes.
And then you said you were using a 5,
I'm using a 4.5.
4.5.
Yes.
And
I'm
I'm using a 5.5. And Chelsea's using a 5.
and ours look the same.
Same. Yes,
I
same.
think I crochet pretty loose. I don't wrap really tight when I pull through.
And I think you crochet loose, I crochet medium, and Chelsea crochets tight, which goes exactly with the hooks we chose.
Yeah,
So yeah,
we're the three bears.
the three bears.
Yes.
And
Well,
I am using a clover hook. I'll be honest, it's because I had it, but
hmm
I really do love the clover hook at the same time. And I've
I
worked,
love that clover hook too, and you can get that easily. What I love about the clover hook and what I love about this one, I'm using right now the Lori Holt hook. It's very similar to the Knitter's Pride, but what I love about all three of these is something that makes it grippier than just those metal. Look at my cute little crochet bag.
I have one of those.
I know that was a, I still have these bag, it's like a bag pattern. It's a yard of fabric that has these, what am I trying to say? The bag pattern is there and you cut it out and make these.
You
But
cut it
anyway,
out.
yeah,
I
like,
have somebody made that for me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't remember. Was it?
see, I have one of these too. I love that.
Hmm.
But like I'm trying to say, like this style, oh, I
The
even tried
worst.
to put foam on the, because I needed something to grip. I was
No.
getting hand cramps. I
They're
think,
the worst because there's no give at all to them.
yeah,
That's all I used to use. And they're too small for your hands. So
yeah.
this is just like boop, 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 boop. I
Yeah,
love
this I hardly even hold it. And the other thing I like is it's got a little bit of weight, but not too much that it's hard on my hand.
it. Hmm.
Look for also, I love the longer metal shaft because it gets into the hole well as look for a not completely pointy end, but a pointier tip because you are getting into, you don't want to split
Yes.
your yarn.
Yeah.
That's why I think these are so awesome.
Yeah. For me, it's all about the hand grip, what it feels like. This one I love. This is another they're all big box because that's where I go for crochet hooks, honestly. And I have one other one that don't know where it is.
I
I'm
mean,
buying myself a set. It's ridiculous.
I think I would get the Knitter's Pride set or
You would.
Knit Pro set, whatever they're called now. Look
Okay.
just like these, and you get all of them.
I want a set.
Or I'd get a set of that clover. I don't know if they sell that in a set.
I'm going to Connecticut, and our big box stores in Connecticut look very different than big box
Uh,
stores here.
yes.
And so I'm hopefully going to sneak into one of them and buy myself some crochet hooks.
Well, and then there's like Tulip, but I don't want to spend over 100. Is it over $100 for their kit? I don't know. And
I have
then
no idea.
a friend of mine, I don't know if Joyce is on here or not, but she is in love with her, I think they're called Pearl brand. It's like they make them in different, like all wood, and they're very ergonomic, but they're like $30 a hook.
I
So that
can't
would
do
have
all
to,
wood though.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about the weight, but I think she mentioned she did like the weight. So I'm
She did.
intrigued. But anyways, this is doing just fine. Get something that has a little bit of grip. I
Same.
don't know how our grandmothers all used those metal ones.
Metal. I have a bunch. I used to when I was young because I feel like I've been crocheting my entire life.
Yeah.
And I used those and thought nothing of it.
I inherited these are my great grandma
Oh,
and
I have
grandma's.
some like that.
Look at how little the hook. I mean, some of these you can't even see that it's a hook unless you like they're so little. They must have been
So
that lace and doily stuff.
I feel like after we finish this crochet along, and then you know how in January you need something really like unique and fun to do. I think we should go to totally the opposite and do doilies. I love making doilies.
Well, we can. I've made Lori Holt has some cute doily patterns,
She
but I
does.
kind of feel like I want to use the old. I want to try making, but
The
then
old,
I have a box upstairs in my closet full of doilies from my great grandma and grandma.
I know, but you know what I want to make? I would like to make black ones for Halloween,
Oh, yes.
like
Okay.
spider webs.
So let's make not only skinny thread, but make it black. Let's make
Yeah,
it really hard to do. So,
hard. I love doilies. I don't think I've ever completed one because I just all of a sudden stop doing it and then you can't go back to it. It's impossible.
there must have been some sort of appeal in making them because they're everywhere.
And I have
Like,
great doily books.
yeah, I mean, back
Yeah.
in the day, I think everyone that has inherited stuff from their
Oh, I can bring
says
out a
there's a
ton of
box of
that.
doilies. So there's some appeal, and we want to see what that appeal was.
Yes, we're going to try that next in January when we're
I
all
mean,
bored.
now I understand the appeal with these crochet blankets. I mean, how many of us had the chevron zigzag crochet blanket from our great grandmas and grandmas?
I probably have one upstairs, a ripple. It's called a ripple.
Ripple, sorry, yes,
Oh,
ripple.
yes.
Anyways, okay, cool. So we've talked about the tools.
Yarn, crochet.
I could talk a little bit about now.
Yes.
The square, I mean, once you get going on them, the squares look good. Like these have been blocked. I'll show you the difference between one that's been blocked and an unblocked. And there's not all that much difference other than size. So this is unblocked. And I mean, there's a little bit of waves and stuff, but once you block it, it just becomes malleable. I don't know. It just becomes softer. The
Well,
sizing maybe comes out. I don't know.
and honestly, I think there's a huge difference.
Well,
And
here's the
I don't
difference
block,
in
I've never
size.
blocked anything. And it's more about how everything is laying, how it's settled. I'm definitely getting those boards.
I like how easier it is for me when it's blocked to stitch them together. I'm not
Hmm.
fighting. So this is a Lori Holt blocking board. I don't sell these in my shop because they're a real pain to ship. They're a really weird size, but you might find them at Fat Quarter Shop if you're interested. What I love
Oh,
about it is it's got all these squares. So if you were only blocking one, you could put it right in the center, you put your pin in the center and then stretch it out to the, width you want. So I made these all 6¼ by 6¼ That's what my square turned out to be.
wow.
It was 6 by 6 before I blocked it. But once I got them wet and I put them on the board, I was like, I need to stretch these out a little bit because I
Mhm.
have more fabric. But what I love about the board too is if you're doing doilies, like my
Okay, well, we're gonna need those.
this one, I just plopped it with a T-pin right in the center, and then
Mhm.
I just put T-pins on the outs when we do our doilies.
We'll do it.
Yeah. But if you have a piece of styrofoam, maybe you could use a Sharpie to make your grid, some T-pins, but I highly recommend,
Love it.
considering blocking.
I I see a difference. I definitely see a difference.
Yeah, it
I
just,
just think it's like Chelsea blocks socks now, so I've started blocking socks.
yeah,
It's all in how they lay.
it is.
It
It
makes
gives
a
it
difference.
such a nice drape.
Yeah.
Such a nice drape. And again, it's just easier to stitch together because you've blocked them all the same size.
Yeah, you're not pulling or
Hmm. All right, so let's take a look at our chat, see how we're going.
yeah, see how we're doing.
People are happy it's a free pattern. People have extras from my DK Jelly Roll blanket.
Yes, perfect.
Yes, needles in my hand. Kate Jones of the Bakery Bears has a new Jelly Roll pattern using crochet and the linen stitch. I
But
saw that,
it's not out yet though.
not out yet,
I don't
but
think.
that might be my next one. You know what I'm considering? I saw someone online did a temperature blanket in a zigzag linen stitch.
Yes.
I think I want to start that for next year.
Mm.
Oh, clover hooks. Jen says she finds they're harder to find these days.
Oh,
Yeah. Prim hooks. That's another, I think prim is good too. They're very similar to this.
okay.
Needles in my hand loves clover tulip needles. Nat, I love the clover armor, and they do sell a set on Amazon. Not every size, but the main sizes are included.
Oh.
Julie, doilies would be a hardcore crochet. It would be.
Yeah, we can do it though.
Great grandmas knit with Nat. I made tons of ripple blankets when I was in elementary school.
Yep.
I know, bummer. Okay, thank you so much for doing this, Cottage Keeper. I was wondering if I could show a couple of your knitted squares in progress. If you could show a couple in progress, maybe I could get a better idea of construction. I'm fairly new to crochet.
Oh. Hmm.
Yes, so what it looks like is first you cast on, what do you call it? You chain and then you
Chain.
make this center square back and forth doing the linen stitch. Then you change your color and you do the linen stitch back and forth here. And once you get to 5 rounds, you turn and then you pick up your stitches and the numbers are all in the pattern and you do 5 rows of linen stitch, then you turn and now you've got more real estate, so you have to pick up a bigger number here and do 5 of the linen stitch, and I mean, you could keep going and going and
I
going.
have a drawing that I will show.
Oh,
Okay, so you start with
visually.
your center square. Then you go and you build this. Then you build this. Then you build this, and then you build that. So you're never going around a corner, like you're just doing it for one to get it set up, and then you're back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, then across here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Mm,
Is that helpful? I went to art school.
yes. And what's neat about the lid and stitch is you don't really have to pay attention to your numbers when you're going back and forth. You're always inserting your crochet hook in the space that's
Chain
left
one.
from the chain one.
Yes.
And you don't have to really count your rows because you know you need 11 rows. So you just easily count what looks like a knit stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So then I knew to stop.
Also, oh, am I going to get this right? Your last, the direction you're going in is, how am I going to explain this? The tail on your last one will be on your left, right? So you're going to always do the return and your tail is right there.
Yeah, that's a good way to,
Yeah.
when you're starting a new yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so in terms of connecting and our border, I mentioned before that the designer did a mattress stitch to connect them all together, which really just makes all these squares butt up against each other, which creates another kind of um, it creates even more contrast in colors because your borders are now butting up against each other, which makes this just look super cool.
Super cool.
So she did the mattress stitch and then she just to kind of clean up the outside edge, she did a single crochet around and then she did a single crochet with a picot, which I will have to investigate. I know what that looks like, but I don't know
It's
how to do it yet.
probably, actually, I don't know.
Yes, but you don't have to do that. If you want, you could do a double crochet around the whole border and call it a day. You could find a cool
Border.
wavy. So I think midway in, maybe we'll do some sort of Zoom where we'll show links to free patterns on YouTube that
Mhm.
show borders because there's so many great YouTube videos on borders.
I've done an overlapping scallop that is so fun to do. It looks hard and it's so easy.
Hmm.
And it's very cool. I've done
Yes.
that before.
I wonder if I have I've seen that one where you insert your crochet hook in this row before to make it look like it's coming out.
I wish I brought it down. It's so cool.
I was making these like frames, but I just looked on YouTube for border ideas and you could do just like an easy, is that called a shell? I don't know what
I
that's
would
called.
call it a shell. Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to make it a little more lacy, but
Hmm.
we'll have to do a Zoom call or like this when
Yeah.
we
I
get
mean,
to that point.
it's such a scrappy, like truly, truly a scrappy blanket compared to like even the granny stripes. Like, yeah, they're scrappy, but to me, this looks so scrappy
Hmm.
more
Yeah,
than that.
yes. Any other patterns that would be good for Scrappy? Why don't we throw out some other ideas for everyone?
Well, I will show you, of course, our granny stripe, which we all love. Love it.
Yeah.
Obsessed with it.
This is Knit 24, right? Or Attic 24.
Attic 24. Go. Oh, yes. Her website is just amazing.
Yes. Mine,
Amazing.
I'm not a big fan of this, how this one turned out because I used all my sock yarn and I made magic
And
knot balls
yes.
and I didn't have control on how many rows I got per color and then some of the sock yarn was striped so when you're doing crochet so this was not my favorite. I can't find I think my favorite is my Christmas version I made with Christmas kind of vintage Christmas colors and
This
it's
is my
packed away.
third one. I put
Yours
it
is
upstairs.
amazing. How did you hold yours double on that or is that
Nope, it's DK.
it's DK?
So one DK mini gave me 2 rows, but it is so wide. I don't know what I was thinking.
That's
It
the
could
hard
be
part.
half of this. Ha it's ridiculous. Half of this, so you would get more like 4 rows.
Yeah.
Because I want to use it all. I don't want to use almost all of it.
Yeah,
Then you could do a true granny square.
right.
You could do that. Then I also have this one. I didn't find the name of it.
This is kind of the like a granny square. I started to
Yes.
make the blanket and I was getting bored. So I
I
ended up making it into a bag. But you could use like Sue's minis, different colors in the center, different colors
love
of the
that.
leaf. I mean, you could just go crazy. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Go for your
And
next.
what I love about this one, so this is not a crawl crochet.
Okay, I should
Oh,
put that in there.
shoot, what is her name? I can't remember her name. I should know it. I'm sorry. And I think I get two squares out of one, two or three out of one mini. It must be two.
Wow.
And I'm
DK.
using all this, like they're solid. So I pick one and I keep it solid. And this is my second one. I made one like a toddler size for Emma.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so much fun. So it's got like the puff stitch. It's very engaging. You don't get as bored as with regular just granny squares.
So we should link that in our bundle on the group page.
Yes, we will do that. I love it. And so I just have a million like I have so many that
Wow.
I have to keep, and I'm just using our vanilla bean, crocheting together as I go. And let's also talk about this, some kind of backtracking.
Mhm.
I try as much as possible to crochet in all my ends. I'm never 100%, but with these, it's possible. Do you do that, Rachel?
I try to,
Same.
but I forget. And I'm in a rhythm now with the squares that it's just what I do after every square. I just put my ends,
Yes.
leave my ends in.
And I'm not that disciplined. So I try to just crochet them in as I go. I don't always remember, or I don't do it enough, but I try to do it that way to save myself time at the end because I have at least three crochet blankets in my wool room upstairs that have ends that need to be woven in.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Oh, see, that sounds like fun to me. Just sit there and weave
If
in
I
ends
thought
while
to
you're
pick them
watching a
up,
show, you know?
yeah, I just don't think to grab them to
Yeah,
do that.
right.
So I enjoyed this one. So look at I just love blankets right now.
No.
I'm
I I
obsessed.
just love how, I mean, what a heirloom, especially for your grandkids, to
Yes,
show what grandma dyed all those colors
I
at one
know.
point.
So
Yeah.
we call them our legacy blankets. That's what
Hmm.
we call them now. And I've talked about it a million times, but for somebody watching this that hasn't been part of our morning live, um, Jen, our good friend Jen, had this brilliant idea because I know a lot of you are probably saying, yeah, do I really need another blanket? Yes, you do. Number one. Also, I was saying how I wanted to make them so that when my grandchildren went to college, I gave them to them. But then I thought, oh, they're going to be dated. Will they even want them? And Brilliant Jen said, make them for your house so that anytime they come, that's their blanket at Grammy's house, Grammy and Grampy's house. And then when they go to college, they get to have them. So they're filled with memories.
I love that.
Makes me want to work on them even more.
You know, it's
Like
such
I
a
am so attached to them for that reason. So that's another way to inspire anyone that can't rationalize making another blanket because they have so many.
hmm
But then poor Renee has nine grandchildren. I was like, oh wow, that might not be possible. I only have three at this moment. So,
Yeah.
and I have all three going.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. I think this is going to be mine. I think I'm doing this circle one behind you.
We can talk about the circle one.
Yeah. I
This
think
was
that's going to be Emma's.
this this one I just found on YouTube, this circle square. I looked for a non-holy squircle. It's a circle into a square. And Lori Holt has a squircle pattern on her site, but it was just a little, this is just into the circle, but you can make it into a square. It was just a little too holy for me, so I made
I've
it into
done
coasters.
I've done granny circles and then squared them out in my hocus pocus blankets I've made,
Yep.
but
And
not the same as that. That's Totally different.
Yeah, so I just because it was a fun little thing, I took all of Sue's minis and I put them in Roy G. Biv order just to see how much variation and color I had and how many. And I had it was pretty.
You must have had the one of my advents that was the gradient.
I had the gradient one too. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I started with the blues and the greens just because that drew me in. And then I was like, I kind of want to just keep this blanket all blues and greens. So all I did was follow the YouTube channel pattern, and it is linked on my Ravelry project page. And then I just connected them all using a single crochet. So on the front side, it's not, you don't see the line, but on the back, I mean, there's the single crochet on the back.
I love
So
that line though.
either one would be fine. And then when I got to the border, I just did 2 rounds of double crochet around it because I thought about doing something fringy, but I just like the modern look to the
I do too.
circles. So yeah, and oh, the drape. And
Mm.
just that what holding two together does to the fingering weight. I used 5 skeins of Sue's Whisper as my background color, and I used only 20 minis in the whole. So each mini made 3 or 5. I don't know. It's 10 by 10. So you do the math.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. And I laid them all out on the table and just crocheted them together.
You made that so fast.
I was addicted.
You were that, and I feel like you made these squares so fast.
It is I haven't been in the mood to knit sweaters and
Same.
socks, just whatever. But the crochet in the summer for me, crochet and socks.
Yeah, I've been crocheting, knitting socks if I'm on a phone call. The only thing is like crocheting, I have to look down a little more because you've got to get it in the right spot.
Yes,
So if I have to be engaged in conversation, that's when I bring my socks.
yes. If I have to watch the television or if I want to watch what's happening,
Yeah,
I
I
do
never watch.
socks. If
Yeah.
I'm crocheting, I can listen to a video or audio or people.
Yes.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any other great patterns? Again, go back to our Ravelry group page. If you've joined in late, if you want to watch this replay, I did a little tutorial on the screen on how to get into our Floss Toss group page, but we've
Mhm.
made a bundle on the group page of ideas for scrappy blanket projects as well.
Yes.
Okay. Uh,
Yes. So go dig out those advents that you tucked away for something special.
yes.
I
This is such a
I
great one for that.
yeah, I think it's so great for that right now.
Jen's got some good information on, she uses 2 grams for 2 of the sections, the way she's doing it, and 4 grams for 2 sections.
Okay.
That's with the yarn held double. So if you have 1 gram left over, it works. Yeah. So,
I'm very excited about this and I so
yes.
appreciate all the work that you've done around it.
Well, thank you for dyeing yarn.
Well, it's my job. You froze. You're frozen. You're so frozen. Do you know you're frozen? I don't know.
I think she's frozen.
You're
Oh, you are
frozen.
frozen. Oh, I can hear you. Oh, there. Now you're back.
You were frozen.
Uh, I was frozen?
You were
No,
frozen,
now
like
we're not. I
pointing.
said my internet was unstable, so
Oh,
it's probably my fault. That was a sign that's like the hook pulling us off the
pulling us
stage.
up, which is perfect because I have a million more of these to dye before I head out to Connecticut.
Oh my
So
gosh. Have a safe drive.
thank
Enjoy the party.
you. Thank you. I am going to get to crochet in the car. Like I've got to get organized and wind all my yarn. And typically I drive alone and Dave's coming, so I get to crochet. So,
That will be perfect.
so fun. So
Yay.
fun.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We will hopefully talk to you soon. In the
Mhm.
meantime, check out our Ravelry group page, the Floss Toss group page, for more info on this cal.
Yes, and if you aren't a member of our morning Knit 24 Periscope, on Instagram and you would like to join, I know a lot of people here are part of that group. It is such a special group in my world. It's just amazing. And you have to ask to join. So it's a very closed group intentionally. But feel free to go over there and request to be part of the group. And we love new people.
Yeah, we do. We
Yeah.
welcome you.
We welcome them. Okie dokie.
Okay, well, you
Go
guys have a great
crochet.
day. Bye, Sue. Safe
Bye,
travel.
Rachel.